Hey, hi folks. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. I want to help you get your mojo back in case you're new to me. Um, what I say to people is that you are the one making the choices, and the planets and all the aspects between them show you what you're creating. The planets are not doing anything to you. And where someone once said to me, "Oh, yes, but I believe that the planets influence us." Everything is an influence, the air, the temperature, the food we eat, but it's our choices that create our matter. So what's the matter? You, and your matter is divine. All right, here we are. It is the end of June already. What? And we're doing our July 2023 Oracle reading. So come join me, say hello. And I'm going to show you the three cards because we're having a full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Everyone will be very organized for the 4th. I'm going to include the Moonology Oracle. So you have your choices for today. Typically, when we do the Oracle reading, I'll have 3, sometimes 4. Hey, hi, Teresa. But we're just going to have 3 today, and I want you to choose. The first one will be Astrology, Heavenly Bodies Astrology, and this is by Lily Ashwell. And that's the first deck. And then the second one will be Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron-Reid. That's the second one. And then the third one will be Moonology by Yasmin, Boland, who was so kind to gift me this deck. And because of the full moon, I'm going to do an extra card on that one. But who knows what'll fall out of the deck. So, and you can look at your cards and your reading for your sun, rising, and moon, for body, mind, spirit, for the issue with Uncle Joe, career, wealth, health, passion, purpose, however you want to mix it up, and just be guided toward what's coming your way. Remember, the cards aren't telling you something you don't already know on some level. All right, let's keep it empowered, folks. So, and what she wrote, heaven through earth and spirit through body. That's what she wrote at the back of her book. Isn't that a lovely thought? Okay, so briefly, let's just look at July astrologically, and then we're going to get right into it. All right, so here's July, and I put it at the moment of the full moon in Capricorn, and it will be opposing the Sun and Mercury. So this week, basically, excuse me, we're looking at difference of opinions, feeling one way or burdened, or someone says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have, a picnic at our house," and they ask you to make some food. And everybody's going to join in and make some food, and you bring all this stuff, and suddenly you realize people didn't make it; they forgot, or oh well, or they brought big bottles of soda, and you don't drink sugar, and you're thinking, okay, I went out of my way again. And so then the feelings start to arise that you are feeling burdened, overwhelmed, or overly responsible for everyone else. That has to stop. So what I want you to enter this 4th of July week, remember independence, not just for this country, but independence of body, mind, spirit. And that is, you are making choice. Excuse me. You are making choices. And so with this combination of Sun, the focus, Mercury, communication, not talking, perceptions and beliefs. And a thought you think over and over again becomes a belief. It doesn't mean it's true. So if you feel pulled to do something you don't want to do, you need to express it in a kind, calm, healthy way. All right. And what else have we got? So with the moon coming up on the 3rd, we're going to feel it this weekend. We're going to feel it a day or two after. And that is the 1st through the 5th, I would say. And The full moon in Capricorn, moon is an energy that represents your emotional self, but also your intuitive self, your relationship to the feminine energy, and also maternal energy, children. It can represent writing and or finances. So we're looking at flow. And in the sign of Capricorn, it's a very, sometimes on the downside, it's a very limiting experience. It's like, no, I'm just going to buy this amount, or I'm just going to do this much, or I'm going to regret it. Or so the negativity comes in, or the cynicism, and or the exact opposite. It's like, I will make food for the entire block. I want to feed the nation. Come to my house. It's okay. And that's okay too. It's all good. It's all, well, it's not, nothing's good or bad, but it's just what it is. But the point is, no matter what you are choosing to do, make sure you are coinciding with your feelings. Because if your head is opposite your heart, we have the sun opposite the moon. If your feminine self is opposite your masculine self, regardless of gender, you are looking at a contradiction. Oh, hi, Sally. I'm so glad you came. And you're thinking, who the hell invited her? Okay, contradiction. Or I have so much to do. Oh my gosh. Well, ask for help. Contradiction. You see? So just keep that in mind when you want to stop the extremes and focus on the energy of, we've got the moon is going to be trining Jupiter, it looks like. Yes. Moon is trining Jupiter. And with that, there's more benevolence. There's more of a feeling of you want to share about different cultures or different recipes or different traditions, or just be more expressive with others and ask them, oh my gosh, you were born in Canada? I went to Calgary once, and and you just get to know different cultural experiences. Or I just saw this video about, and I posted it in Instagram on my stories, about somewhere in Africa, and I'm forgetting where, they are building these ditches, and they're beautifully formed to collect rainwater. It's brilliant. So it's just talking culturally, just talking about what's possible, expansive, and also dealing with writing, growing things, earthing, anything dealing with the earth and what's comfortable and cozy. And I love that tea flavor. And where did you get those glasses? So we're going to be more complimentary. And what that does is helps you to focus away from the opposition toward, I'm really grateful. I'm really, truly grateful. So let me just check in. Hey, Brittany. Hello. You're new. Well, welcome. And my Greek spirit, Yasuke Harasu, Jody and Heather and Lucy. And it reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to watch Romper Room. I always wanted them to say my name. Now, if you're not old enough for Romper Room, okay, that was like a kid show. I was 5, and the teacher would hold up this, it was just like a mirror without the glass, and they would be looking at you and they'd say, and happy birthday to Jimmy and Tommy and Susie, but they never said Elaine. That's okay. All right, we're going to do oracle readings now. I want everyone to tune in. If you're just joining us, we're going to start with, if you choose number 1, it will be, let me just get rid of this. It will be Heavenly Bodies by Lily Ashwell. Heavenly Bodies is number 1. And I forgot what I said number 2 was going to be. But let's just go with the Oracle of the 7 Energies, Colette Baron-Reid. That'll be number 2. And then number 3 will be Moonology by Yasmin, Boland. So again, it can be for sun, rising, and moon. It can be for body, mind, spirit. It can be for this issue over here, that issue over there, this issue over here. But let me tell you, folks, one issue, it's all the same. You think you have different fingers. They belong to one palm, belongs to one body, belongs to one universe. So just keep that in mind when you get your oracle. because you're the one who's creating it. So now let's just everybody get calm. I was going to do a tuning fork, but I left him over there. All right, taking a nice deep breath. And we're going to focus on what you need. And I'm going to shuffle the deck. So just give me a second to tune into that. Remember, you can choose 1, 2, or 3 for different reasons. This is the first deck. And that came out kind of quickly. So again, I am going to... I'm going to leave that one out, but I'm going to do another one just in case. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-card spread for everybody, for every card deck. All right, this is if you chose Heavenly Bodies, Lily Ashwell. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so if you chose the first deck, Lily Ashwell, what came out was Neptune. Now, Neptune is an energy that she has dream and transcend. Now, Neptune is an energy that guides the sign of Pisces, and it represents being in the dream world, the nebula, everything that's behind me. It's the nebula. It's not fully formed, but it's metaphysical. Now, when metaphysical becomes physical, sometimes it's overwhelming. So if you chose deck number 1, Heavenly Bodies, and you are dealing with any form of difficulty with clarity, now it can mean vision, literal vision of your eyes. It's time to go to the eye doctor, right? It's that simple. It's time to check out your vitamin A levels and D levels. But also, where is the Neptune has 2 very distinct energies, and like everything on Earth, when we translate things, and that is, it's mystical, it's magical, it's spiritual, or it's cynical, it's rebellious, it's Zionistic, it's got this vision that, if you don't fit in, if you're eating meat, I'm protesting, I'm a vegan and I'm so there's extremes and judgments. So the clarity can come when you focus on you and your reality, and you leave everybody else's business to themselves. If you chose deck number 1, I'm getting like a lot of, remember the old cash registers where you hear ka-ching, ka-ching? That's what I'm hearing. Not about money, but it's just like people checking in going, how do I feel about something? I want to be more spiritual, or I want to understand that I am a channel. So it's like on every level, there's people tuning in to the Neptune vibe. And if you chose this one, I want you to be aware of also where Neptune is. Let me just come back here. Where Neptune is in astrology right now in the heavens. And that is, Neptune is in the sign of Pisces, and that is its natural placement, because Neptune is the planet that is assigned, or Virgo, I'm sorry, Pisces is the sign that is assigned to Neptune. And it's in retrograde. So there's a lot of, how do I feel about that? Or what do I think about that? Or I'm going to go try a float tank with magnesium. I'm going to see what that's like. Or I'm going to do a Joe Dispenza weekend retreat, a week-long retreat, and get into the ethers and really understand how to manifest by moving neurochemistry. Neptune also represents medicine. So you might be going to higher levels. If you chose deck number 1, you might be going to higher levels with neuroscience, understanding how to repattern your brain. And neuroplasticity is when you do new things every day. Do it new every day. My husband and I were just talking about this. Fold your hands right now. If you chose deck number 1, I want you to fold your hands. Let me just get rid of this for a second. I want you to fold your hands. Fold your hands. That's it. Now, notice which thumb is on top of the other. And is this how you've always folded your hands? Now I want you to fold them differently. Ah, that feels a little weird, doesn't it? It feels a little odd. That's neuroplasticity, where you do something new and you have an immediate download of, this is not familiar. This doesn't feel safe. I don't understand it. Or, whoa, I just had an experience, where the first time my husband, I brought my husband to Sedona before he was my husband. We were great friends. And we went up to Devil's Bridge and he was meditating on a rock. He was just lying down. And then suddenly he shut up and he was like, oh, did you feel that? It went right through me. It was like a little and I just was like, cool. Welcome to my world. And it was like a whole new a brand new experience for him. So if you chose deck number 1, do not discount metaphysical. If you live in the metaphysical, start to ground yourself in the physical and to combine the two without judgment. All right. Now, here's the clarifier card that came out, and that is Virgo and integrity, reverence, and service. So, service at the sake of yourself is called denial. And we don't want to be living in denial. And Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, what Neptune guides, the sign. And so that if we've got Virgo coming out, it's like, let's be a little more analytical without judging. Let's evaluate. Let's make the distinction about a situation, your health, your wealth, your passion, your purpose. Bring it down to earth. What are we looking at? If you chose deck number 1, are you confused about something? Are you overly medicated? Let's go there. Do you have the wrong prescription for your readers? Maybe you need blue technology, because screen time is affecting. There's a lot more macular degeneration in the world because of the screens. So let's get practical, realistic, but stay open. And I believe that with this Neptune, dream and transcend, dream it into being, because the vibration is what creates the matter. So what's the matter? You're the matter, and your matter is divine. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Neptune and Virgo. Be practical, be analytical, not judgmental, evaluate instead. But now is the merging with Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. Now is the merging of biology with divinity. Bring it together. Meditate a little bit every day. Write your dreams down. Feel practical. Then be spiritual. Go do something that's dreamy and creative. Watch a movie. Neptune also represents film and video. So, watch very interesting films that help to bring you into, oh, wow, that was really cool. What just happened? That I felt that. Because your brain doesn't know what's real or imagined. You go on a roller coaster just by watching it, and you're on a roller coaster. All right. I hope that was helpful for deck number 1. Let me take a sip, and I'm going to move on to deck number 2. Let me just say hello. Brittany's a Virgo. And you remember Romper Room. I'm so happy. I'm not alone. All right. Deck number 2. Oracle of the 7 energies. If you were called to this one, let me just tune in with you. They were sticking together. Okay, so if you chose deck number 2, do these decks have numbers? No, they don't. Okay, so we're looking at a form of healing and by letting something go. Let me just get to the page itself because, all right. So this is the first card that came out for Oracle of the Seven Energies, Willing Release, and it's 49. And I'm looking at 4 beautiful dandelions. And if you blow on a dandelion, the seeds scatter. And when I was a kid, it's like, oh, blow on a dandelion and make your wish. And I also see a butterfly. So the willing release is about letting go of something that you've been attached to, and or it left you, whether it was a person, an experience. But understand that it's not easy sometimes to let go of something or someone. Maybe someone has passed on and reemerged into non-physical. Maybe it's been a pet, a friend, a family member, or you were let go from a friendship or from, I'm getting a couple of, because this is a general reading, I'll pick up many people like a roulette. It's like, oh, it's about love. No, it's about work. No, it's, but overall, it's the sense, it doesn't matter what's gone. What matters more is that you're a different person now. So whatever you are letting go of, you're the one who is changing. You're the one who needs to release it. You're the one who's really going to this place, the second card of healing the heart. Now, if you asked a question about, when is my son going to get married, or how is my money going to do, and whatever, we want to let go of expectations that these cards or the astro dice or anything, or the runes, hang on. I mean, my desk is just filled with, it's a playland with runes and my crystals and, the thing outside of you, deck 2, is only ever validating who you are. So if someone had, now, of course, there are exceptions. If someone has left your life because they left the planet, it doesn't mean you're not going to miss them. It doesn't mean, whatever is happening, you're going to grieve. Obviously, if you cared about this person, or just sometimes something runs its course. It's like, oh no, I remember the day the video store closed in our town. It was like, oh, everything's gone Netflix. We used to get the Netflix CDs in the mail before it was streaming. And so, like, there's a transition that happens when we let go of the old way. My grandmother, I mean, I still have the goat bell that my grandmother used in Greece when she, tended goats and took olives off the tree. And then 2 generations later, cell phones, technology, computer, it's like, wow. Well, it's like the future. It's like George Jetson, right? To my grandmother. So willing release is really, you're not losing anything except a part of you that no longer, with the exception of a loss of a pet or someone that you love, that's a different category. But letting go of a job or a relationship, or, it's like, oh, I have to come to terms with the fact that my hair's going gray. Do I color it? Do I, it's like, I'm changing. I need to let go of something and embrace what is, but also keep my vision on what can be as I heal my heart. And so if you are wondering what's next, remember that things come to you based on what you believe. And there is intervention, but there is no assertion. All right. So that means it's attraction. There's no assertion. The wind can assert itself and push the hat off your head. That's a physical reality. In spiritual reality, you are magnetizing to you what you believe on any level. And if the magnetizing turns into a closed door or the backside of someone walking away from you, then you examine who you are in the process. And that's what you're healing. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it applies to everyone. Maybe I'm just talking to 3 people. I don't know. But it's also, if you wanted to have a rebirth with a situation like, I've had that thing on the back burner and I want to make amends with my old business partner. And even if I don't move forward with this person, I just want to clear the air and let them know how much I appreciated them. And I know that they're moving forward and they're going in that direction, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, you need to let it go, but be at peace with it while you're letting it go. Oh, and Heather says, I'm letting go of my dentist and have already let go of my hairdresser. They have left me no choice. Okay. And it can be that simple. We find new people for whatever the thing is, but when the time is done and the door is closing, then you release it. But also the healing, this part is what I'm very concerned with, not in a negative way. But when you look at the highlights on her hands, I find that a very interesting interpretation, right? Artistically, because it's also on her wings. And so the hands represent, I remember when our kid was so little, they're 24 now, but so little, sitting in the car seat behind me. I found a car seat called a Jupiter car seat. It was phenomenal. Yeah. Like I would find a car seat called the Jupiter. Anyway, I'm driving and my kid's not even 3 years old and I check in my rearview mirror, everything's good. And then up go the hands. Mama, what are these for? This is what my kid asks me at the age of 3. What are these for? And I was like, they're for playing and touching things and feeling and holding things and sharing love and giving, but also getting back. They're for exploring your world. So when I see this, healing your heart, I say it's time to explore. It's time to explore something that maybe you felt you couldn't. And sometimes people, will say, no, I can't do that. My husband, he wouldn't understand. It would make him uncomfortable. Or my friends wouldn't get it. So I'm not going to go and take that Reiki course because, whatever. So it's time to come out of that and let that go. If people are holding you back because they're not willing to grow, then who are you? Who are you but a doorstop in time to, okay, this is it. This is as far as I go. And we don't want to see that. So releasing any pain in your past is what she talks about. And healing the heart is a priority. And only beauty will come from it. There's something else that when I look at these numbers, if you're into numerology, this is a 4. Anything you add to a 9 becomes the same number. As an example, it's called Fadic addition, FADIC. That's how you do it in numerology. And so 4 plus 9 is 13. 1 plus 3 equals a 4. So anything you add to 9 is that number. So I just skipped the 9. But the 9 is there to show there's endings, and that's the release. The 4 is there's work to be done. But in a 4 is a 22, and a 22 is a master number. If I'm losing you, let me just say it like this. The way I see the number 4 is like an accountant rolling up their sleeves saying, got to get to work with all the numbers. And it's a work hard. It's saying, oh, let's categorize things and put them in these boxes. A 22, which breaks down from a 44, is the part of you that says, oh, my love, there are no boxes. That collaboration with others gets you the solution. It's not just about being a worker bee all your life. So if that makes sense. Also, I am smelling incense like nobody's business, and I didn't burn any this morning, and my husband didn't burn the toast. So if you're at home and you're watching this live or on a replay and you are burning incense, I'm with you. It smells good. I don't know what it is. I get that. It's called clairsentience. Clairaudience, you hear. Clairvoyance, you see. Clairsentience, you feel and smell and taste. So with healing the heart, we have a 2 plus a 3. So the 2 is there for collaboration. That's empathy, me plus you. And then the 3 is perceptions. And it equals a 5. And the 5 is about transformation. Isn't that, I love that. The 5 sits on a rocker. The number 5 sits on a rocker. It's like, I'm going to think about it. I'm not ready to move forward. Hey, we had a really good time. What about what's out there? And then when you're ready, you just rock right out of the chair and you go. So the transformation is understanding the past so that you can reconcile the present in order to move forward into the future. And moving forward into the future isn't just haphazard. It's, I'm going to write it down in present tense. I am so abundant. I am so grateful for these things. I have a great bed. My pillow is so cozy. I love my little fish, whatever, my pet, my dog, my cat. I'm grateful for sunny days. I love the rain. Whatever it is, you're writing it down. You're showing your brain, back to neuroscience, you're showing your brain and the chemistry that occurs, 5-HTTP, L-tryptophan, and then we move to serotonin, and then there's melatonin right between 1 and 4 a.m. in the morning, approximately, in your brain. So when you program yourself before bed, I'm letting this go willingly. I'm a little sad, but I'm looking forward to the next best thing. I trust that beautiful things are coming my way. I am a child of this universe. I'm a creative, sentient, celestial being. I exist here right now. I am an extension of the light. I am the source. What am I going to create in the next moment? That's how you release something, by letting go of the thing. Now, if it's topical, it's like Heather says, is that who said it? Yes. Letting go of my dentist. That's fine. So then here comes someone else, but whoever is coming is because part of you is magnetizing them. And if you don't change what's going on in here, you will continue to magnetize the same type of person into your world. So what we're really letting go of and healing is any pain of me not being enough, me not getting my needs met, me not getting what I want in life. Ponder that. All right. Take a sip, and we're going to move on to Moonology. I hope this is helpful. Brittany says it really does make sense. Okay. And just to let everyone know, please remember to share, like, subscribe, whether you are watching this in YouTube or on Facebook. I will be back. I'm going to take a little break, and some friends coming in and stuff like that. Let's see, when am I back? July 20th, another Oracle reading. But it will be at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, Thursday, July 20th, an Oracle reading at 10:30 instead of 9:30. Okay. So now, Moonology. Oh, Heather says, yes, I've been writing it all down. Wonderful. Proud of you. And you can check out my other videos. They're under the live category. I don't know why in YouTube. I have many, many videos from many, many days. These are all frakakt. I hope everyone is enjoying their day, no matter where you are in time. Do, 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 do. All right. Now, Moonology Oracle cards. This is the third deck if you chose this one for a specific reason. Just tune into your issue, your topic, your feelings, and we're going to get to that one right now. Plus, we're focused on the full moon in Capricorn at 11 degrees of Capricorn. So if you do have Capricorn in your chart in a planet or sun, rising, or moon, you might feel extra. You might feel a little extra. Flow with the go, baby. All right, we're tuning in. Third deck. Somebody wants that one big time. And we have this one. All right, I like this. All right, so the first one was don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. If you chose this deck, the Moonology by Yasmin Boland, it deals with a full moon in Leo. And Leo is an energy where it is gracious and kind and big-hearted and let's go have fun and big laughs and big hugs and just big energy. Now, some Leo energy is very shy. I know, let's see, 2 couples, both Leos. And one is knows everybody. Here, what do you need? Let me look through my purse. I've got everybody's phone number. Let's go out to dinner. Oh, I saw the show. It was fantastic. Blah, blah, blah. And then the partner is, hello. Nice to see you. So it's interesting that every sign has its polar opposite. But when this one says, don't let pride get in your way, during this full moon, we don't want to be right. Because if you enter a situation wanting to be right, there has to be someone who is wronged. And what you can do instead, if you are disgruntled about something, if you have an issue going on with someone with a full moon in Leo, even though it's going to be a full moon in Capricorn, this card is about, hey, me. What about me? Or it's, what do you think of my new cup? I bought it to match my lipstick. What do you think about that? There's a different level of it's all about me. And sometimes it's quiet and I said I wanted, hey, what do you want for dinner? I'd like pasta, It's like, well, I bought a steak. So if it's the quiet version of you who's not getting your needs met, there's a wound. If it's the big boisterous version of you that is demanding that your needs are met, it's arrogance. Now, the flip side of arrogance is insecurity. That's the wound. So whether it's coming out on this side of the spectrum or that side of the spectrum, we're looking at the wound. And if pride and the opposite of pride, well, you might have your own definition of the opposite of pride, but it's insignificance. If you're feeling like you don't matter, if you're feeling like you told them 14 times is what you want, and then they didn't do it. I personally have a Leo moon, and I remember someone I was with a long time ago that I dated and I lived with a very long time ago. And they would ask me every time, what do you want for Christmas? And I would tell them, and they never got it for me. They would get me what they wanted to get me. And I would smile and go, oh, thank you. You're so thoughtful. And I would cry on the inside. But I've grown in 40 years. And it's like, yeah, thank you so much for thinking of me. I hope I don't hurt your feelings, but I'm going to need to return that because I didn't ask for it and I don't want it. In fact, I told you I didn't want it, but I do it kindly. So you don't want to let pride get in your way, but at the same time, you don't, because these came out together, the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. Now let's talk about the South Node a little bit. Let's bring up the screen. The South Node right now is in Scorpio, and it is a fixed energy. Leo is a fixed energy. And when we look at, let me move my cursor over here. Okay, so we have the South Node in Scorpio, 29 degrees. And pretty soon it'll be moving. Here, watch it move. I'm going to show you how the South Node moves. Oops. Let's go faster. Oh, it's going to move into Libra. Did you see that? It's like magic. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. It's going to be moving into Libra this summer. So, in fact, let me see if I can find that. South Node. Where'd you go now? Let me go back. I'll go back to the third. Nope, went too far. Okay, we're back here. And where's the South Node? There it is. It moved. Sorry. So South Node in Scorpio, before it moves into Libra, and the nodes are always opposite. And the nodes are representation of the open doors or the closed doors. What is healthy, what is toxic. Been there, done that, and ooh, that's exciting. Let's go try that now. So the North Node is always the direction to go in. The South Node is what you're leaving behind because you finished it and you're done, no judgment. Or I'm healthier now. I can't be hanging out with people who are drunk. I can't be hanging out with people who are smoking. I can't be hanging out with people who come home. Someone once said to me very recently, I said, "Oh, how's it going? Weren't you seeing somebody new?" Yeah, what I saw one day just hit me in the face. He'd come over. He was finished with work. He opened up a beer. He'd go outside, have a cigarette, come inside, get on the chair and watch TV. And then this person said to me, and that was going to be like right there. That was a snapshot of the rest of my future with this person. I was like, oh, so that's over. So been there, done that is I don't want to be doing the same thing anymore. And what it represented even more was something going on in here. What they were ready to change. Validated by the world outside. The world outside will always validate you, whether for positive, negative, or neutral. If you're feeling happy-go-lucky and you're whistling, hey, good morning, neighbor, and wonderful things come your way, you're like, yay. Then one day you're just like cranky, you're ornery. You feel like they're all jackasses. What the hell? And then, then you get these phone calls or they don't call you back or they don't come to visit or they cancel your thing. And you're like, I was waiting on the phone for 2 hours, so it's like your vibration is going to create this no matter what deck we're picking. Okay. So with South Node, the past, we don't want it to hold you back. What signs do we have here today? What do we have? Who's listening? What signs do we have? Scorpio. What else do we have going on here? You just let me know your sign. We have a Sag. I can see. So South Node in Scorpio, this is the final push because the North Node is in Taurus. It's like get grounded. Be earthy. Yes. Be practical. But what do you value? Instead of looking at what you don't want, look at what you do want. That's the shift, really, to get rid of the extremes. What it is you don't want, look toward what you do want. And with South Node in Scorpio, we're coming up on the Libra Aries axis. And the Libra Aries axis is, I'm excited to get going. And I'm going with or without you. So if you're indecisive, yeah, catch up. That's going to be the Aries Libra axis. Right now, it's the deep well of emotion. And it's like, it's okay. You can let it go now. It's all right. It's okay. Because once you do, you open up a whole new set of doors that weren't there before. And you're like, what? Where did that come from? You. How many times have you discovered something online in a store because you were ready to hear it? I never knew that was a thing. Yeah, it's been a thing for like 2 years. I want that. I want to do that. I want to be part of that. When you change, it changes. When you change, excuse me, it changes. And all of that takes you back to the center. Let me just get rid of this for a second. And that center part of you is, I am blessed. I am expansive. I am an extension of the light. I exist here, now, everywhere. Remember, folks, you want something to change, you have to change in here, because the body is a set, has a set standard of patterns based on past experiences. And so you want to go liminal. I used to feel like that, but I'm changing. Things are getting easier for me. I love and appreciate how much the universe loves and appreciates me. My higher inner being is always there for me, giving me dreams and clues and information and whispering, feeling, sensation, intuition. Be part of that, folks. All of you, no matter which card you picked. I hope this was helpful. Let me just check in with people. Okay, we have we got a Scorpio, an Aries, another Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo. We got a Taurus rising. We have, so that is cardinal, mutable, fixed, cardinal. We got a big mix. And then whoever's watching this in the future, please post. Please make a comment in YouTube. It only helps to grow my channel and helps other people to see that this is a legit place to, just kind of bear it all and feel what you're feeling and be present with it. And the tips to altering your future, and by becoming the divine self that you are in the forefront of your mind, by saying, I can craft a moment. And what I'm going to put into this imaginary thought form as I'm creating it is, I'm at the center of it: wealth, health, passion, purpose. Now there's more heat. Oh, I'm creating this thought form that says, when I'm ready, I'm going to let it go out into the universe, and it's going to pick up speed and come back to me. Everything you send out with your pineal gland will come back to you. That's the broadcasting system. We all have the pineal gland. You do a cross view of the brain, and in the inside, you'll see the Eye of Horus. That's where the pineal gland sits. They are rhombohedron crystals, and they get activated when you meditate. And then so that feeling of bliss, of peace, of gratitude expands into your aura. It becomes you. Spirituality becomes you. Humanity becomes you. And then suddenly you're radiating this frequency. And it's been proven, the head space, 5 feet in diameter, the heart space, 15 feet in diameter. So what's in your aura? What's in your field? What are you broadcasting? What do you want to get back? The head sends it out, the heart magnetizes it. This is the world of attraction, magnetizing your thoughts, creating matter. Wow, you're so powerful. I'm in awe of you. Please come back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being. I hope this was helpful for you. I'll be back on the 20th of July for another oracle reading, but it'll be at 10:30 a.m. Pacific instead of 9:30. So please mark that in your calendars, and I'll see you then. As always, I wish you peace. The love I have is the love you have. Let's share it together. Go do something happy, and I'll see you again.